Alright, what's going on, traders? This is Rob with MV3 Traders. Got another video for you. Just wanted to sit down real quick and talk to you about why I stopped trading with Topstep Trader. You can see from my earlier videos that I used to, I was trading in Topstep Trader's Combine for like a couple months, and then I kind of just stopped trading with them. Well, what happened was I blew up my account. What had happened was, I failed in my first attempt of passing the Combine. It was the first Combine. I got close several times, but psychologically I just wasn't in the right place, and blah, 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 it didn't work out. So for a while I was thinking about, giving it another go, trying again, but I decided that I wasn't going to, continue with Topstep Trader. And, in this video, I'm going to explain why. Now, just to put this out, right at the beginning of this video, I'm just going to say that it had nothing to do with Topstep, with their company or their business model or the way that they go about, funding traders. It was all, completely on me. It was a personal decision. I didn't feel like, basically, I just didn't feel like it was the best fit for me. Just at the time or period or whatever. So anyway, before I get into the details of why I decided not to trade with Topstep Trader, I'm just gonna give a little for anybody that may be new or haven't heard of Topstep Trader. Just give a little background about what it's about. Now keep in mind, I'm not in any way affiliated with Topstep Trader. I'm not getting paid to promote them or anything. I'm not even getting paid by like another company to talk bad about them or anything. This is just for informational purposes only, for anyone that may be curious about Topstep Trader, and then of course the bigger picture of this video, may be curious about why I decided not to continue with Topstep Trader. Now, so what is Topstep Trader? What is Topstep Trader? Okay, so Topstep Trader is basically like a prop firm. They give traders the opportunity to participate in the the futures and the forex markets as a day trader or a swing trader, right? So the way that they go about the way that you would go about getting approved for an account is they have two combines that you have to pass. You have to reach a certain target while staying within the rules for each combine. Now, if you want more information about Topstep Trader, you can go to their website and get all the details there. I think they have a promotion going on right now also, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll leave a link in the description below so you guys can go ahead and get information. There's pretty much two websites for each thing. So for future is topsteptrader.com, I believe. And for Forex, it's Topstep FX, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, I'll leave those descriptions below. That'll be exactly what it is. That'll take you directly to their website. So that's basically what Topstep Trader is about. My bad if I clapped and made a loud noise in the microphone. It is what it is. All right, so moving on. Also, I have some more videos that I made before that goes in a little more detail about Topstep Trader. You can just head over to my channel and search in my videos for Topstep Trader, and you can get more information that way also. All right, so to give a little backstory about how my journey went with Topstep, the way that I was doing it is I guess it would make more sense if I say why. So the way that I got introduced to Topstep was, through another trading company that I followed. They had a webinar, they did the whole thing, and blah, 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 right? So, I found it interesting, and I was kind of struggling at the time with my, I was trading live when I found out about them, and I was kind of struggling with my live account, and I found it as a great opportunity to trade with someone or leverage someone else's capital without risking my own capital. And it was just like, the perfect solution for me that at the time I was thinking it was like the perfect solution for where I was as a trader at the time. So, but when I started trading with them and I paid the fee, whatever, and I opened up the account, I was trading in their I use their platform to trade, to do the combine, in a sim account. But at the same time, I was also trading in my live account still. So I was trading in both accounts at the same time. So that's that that's another thing that contributed to me not being able to pass the combine in the first place, because my focus, I just wasn't completely focused on one thing at a time. One, just my dealing with the struggles of trying to figure out this trading thing in and of itself, and then I'm trying to trade in two accounts at the same time. My time at that time, I was struggling with the psychology aspect of trading. So I just had way too many things going on, and I got close a couple times, but I got close to the target a couple times in the first combine, but I just we had a back. We would have things would get a little. The market wouldn't give me. I don't want to say the market, because it's not really the market. It just didn't work out. Let me like, I would get close, and then I would have some big losses and I just keep losing. And eventually, I just kind of got to a point where I got frustrated, and I was just making a lot of bad decisions and kind of FOMO trading. And I ended up hitting the daily loss limit, which took me out of the combine. So that's the backstory of of how I traded with Topstep Trader. I just wasn't completely focused, and I just got trying to do too many things at once. I eventually just traded myself right out of the combine. It was all on me, basically. It wasn't, it was some problems with their platform, back then. I'm sure they fixed some of those. Even then, they fixed there were some bugs that they fixed. And if you did run into an issue, Topstep Trader, they would, they were very helpful in rectifying the situation. There were a couple of times where I had a significant loss because of problem with their platform, and they just reset my account, and then everything would be good to go. Which wasn't a bad thing, because I would lose a lot of money, and I would be in the red, and resetting the account put me back even. So it was a good thing, right? All right, so why I decided to, after I blew up that account, and why I decided to not continue with Topstep is one of the, other than not being completely focused, one of the things that I struggled with the most psychologically was that target that you have to hit in order to pass the combine, right? Just for me personally, that puts my mind in the wrong state, and then it makes me more susceptible to trying to hit home runs, or like I said before, I got close to hitting the target. So instead of just staying with my strategy and consistently and trading my strategy with discipline and being patient, waiting for the best opportunities, my mind was just on hitting that target. Like, I'm close. I only got a couple $100 to get there. So I was kind of forcing trades just to try to hit that target, or I would maybe hold trades too long. I just, I stepped outside of my strategy just because I was trying to hit that target. So, that's why I decided to not continue with them, because just for me personally, trying to hit that target is just a psychological barrier that just does more harm than good. It would be nice to be able to trade with other people's money. And I may even try it again eventually, in the future. But for right now, I just, that trying to hit the target, I just, psychologically for me, that just doesn't work. And it just, I have to get over that hurdle before I can, use that method. I've looked into some other prop firms or whatever to try to trade, to get into that. But Topstep Trader, you get to keep 80% of your profits. I haven't found any other companies out there where you can keep that much of your profits. So and I can't really, I've seen other ones out there that is much less, than which I wouldn't really want to. I'm at a point I don't really need that kind of, I don't need to trade in a prop firm. I can definitely, I have the capital to trade on my own, and I've overcame my own personal hurdles, and to where I can be consistently profitable. So it's not a requirement, even though it still would be nice to trade other people's money. It's not, and not completely risk my own money. I only risk the amount that it would take to, you know, make it through the combines, because you got to pay that monthly fee until you make it through the combine, and then you have to pay anymore else. And then there's also the fact that, you know, in order to hit the target, it's a hard target. You can go to the website and get the information about you and see what their targets are. But it depends a lot on the market. There are times when things in the market slows down, and you know, it's not so easy to make $3,000 in a month or whatever, right? Or $5,000 or $6,000, you know, and you're at the mercy of the market. And then that's also more of a psychological barrier. Some people have made it through the combine, no problem. That's why I don't, you know, it's not a negative thing on the company. Just, you know, but people, or like myself personally, it just doesn't work for me. You know, like it's not. If I trade my own capital in my own personal account, I don't have, you know, that target or whatever. I don't have a target in my mind, so it doesn't stop me. It's whatever I make, and it's actually money I get to take home. It's not just in a, it's not just virtual or in a sim account. And if I do want to trade in a sim account, I don't have to pay for it. I can just use Sierra Charts, paper trading mode, or I can trade in Trading View, or Thinkorswim. You know, I got a lot of options that I can trade in a sim account for free if I just want to work on some, you know, my own personal trading or another strategy myself. But I don't, you know, I'm not with Topstep. If you're, you know, you gotta pay them in order to trade in a sim account. Again, I'm not saying anything bad. I'm not talking. Again, I'm not talking bad about, you know, their business model or them as a company. It's not a scam, you know. And you got people out there that's saying that I've heard comments, not just with Topstep, but with prop firms in general, that working, you know, participating in something like this is like being an employee, and you don't want to be it's not really being an employee. You got to think of it as, you know, trading with these kind of companies is you have someone else funding your business. All right, trading is a business, so if you can either, you know, completely get the capital to fund your business yourself, or you can have someone, you know, you can use the leverage of someone else's capital to fund your business, right? And this is what the prop firms offer. They offer the ability to fund your business with their capital, right? So you don't have to risk your own capital, right? So anyway, that's basically, you know, why I decided to not continue with Topstep Trader. Again, I will say it again, because, you know, people like to harp on the negative things, and they like to, you know, people like to come up with their own story. Just want to make it clear that I think Topstep Trader is a good company in and of itself. I think they do a good job at offering traders who, you know, normally wouldn't have the opportunity to participate in the stock market or the futures market or forex or whatever. You know, they give those people the opportunity to, you know, participate and do something that, you know, that a lot of people would love to do but can't do, just because they don't have the money to do it, right? And they can do that without spending a lot of money or losing a lot of money trying to figure it out on their own, right? So, like I said, it's not a bash against Topstep Trader. It's the last time I'm gonna say it. I hope that point is clear. I think they're a good company and all that good stuff. And this one wraps this one up, and I will see you guys later. Deuces.